Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Anime Club. I'm Knick-Knack. With me is the great Lord Vorn.
So, guillotine, coffin, what we choosing?
Realm Shifter.
Well, don't worry. I've already got the coffin, so you don't need to worry about that.
Ah.
And then there's Sek.
They are planning your demise.
Yes.
Apparently.
Don't you feel a little bit better about me now? I'm not planning your demise.
I'm not confident about that.
How could you doubt me? I don't know what I've done to engender such distrust.
I know how you are with group projects. You don't have the patience for a conspiracy. You just do it yourself.
That is entirely fair.
Damn.
I do, in fact, do that.
Too
Anyways.
real.
So we watched My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom X. Or Hame for Season 2. Woohoo!
I thought I escaped this genre.
I love this genre, honestly. Yeah, it's great.
Want to trade places?
Sure.
No, you don't understand what you're asking for. Knick-Knack has been summarily, over the last year, forced to read.
Oh boy. You might need to give some of those to me. You might need to give some of them to me. Yeah?
I organized them so you can see just how much you have left to read. Like this!
Is that a new one?
Well, no, you read the
Oh, yeah,
first
you're
one.
right.
Now you have to read the other 4. Or this one. Or this one, which is a new one.
Just remember,
Knick-Knack
The
is
hat
Knick-Knack
decided.
Knick-Knack, do you think the grave sounds like a good option right now?
Yeah, I'll take that coffin.
What we are in fact referring to is the prodigious pile of Villainess stories that I have sitting behind me that Knick-Knack has been forced to read over the last year
Shameless
and a
plug
half.
to our off-the-shelf series.
Yeah, so we reviewed a ton of different Villainess manhwas, webtoons, and mangas, and we have more coming up. But
Yes.
we did review like 11 different series, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so My Next Life is a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. So, I watched this when it first came out. I thought it was super cool that they did the first series with her being reborn as a child, and then the second season was her being reborn right in the moment of judgment.
Yeah.
I thought that was super cool.
That's
Yeah.
not what happened.
No, that's absolutely what happened. Remember, I watched this when it came out, Knick-Knack.
That wasn't even that spin-off wasn't even animated.
So to put that into context, when this first came out, I had intended to watch it, and I was talking to Knick-Knack, and I was like, yeah, I watched the new Hamefura, and we were discussing it. I was like, yeah, no, I thought it was really cool that they just like restarted the series, but from a different point. And I need y'all viewers to know that I have the most vivid memory of watching that adaptation. Full color, audio, vocals, opening, ED. I can still, I remember it. Apparently it doesn't exist.
Oh.
What she was thinking about was a spin-off manga that I'd sent her based off this series. That's based off of Katarina Kleiss if she wasn't reborn as a child but was instead reborn after she'd already been a bully.
Yeah. And for some reason, my brain just fully animated that in my head.
It's a good spin-off.
With voice acting and OP and ED and anime. Like, fully remember seeing that happen. Apparently it never did.
It's like you just jumped timelines, apparently.
Yeah.
I was confused by that because I remember you briefly mentioning this to me, I think on our last recording or something like that. There's like, you're like, she gets the restart and everything's fucked. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, because it's not usually like you, Seki, to get things that mixed up in your head.
No.
Someone got drunk.
And the thing is, there's not even another Villainess anime that follows that plot line.
Right.
So it's not even that I just watched a different Villainess anime and confused them.
No. Yeah.
I just created an anime in my head for free.
Damn.
Sure
was
you didn't
beautiful.
read the manga I sent you? Because the manga was literally that premise. The spin-off manga for...
Did
this
not read the
series.
manga.
Huh.
What?
No.
What?
I know I didn't read the manga because I remember opening it and I think I read like 2 pages and then I got busy and I never went back to it because I was reading all the other Villainess mangas at the time.
All right, everyone, we need to probe Seki's brain so that we can see this alternative.
Yeah,
anime
I don't know
that
about
does
you,
not
but
exist anywhere.
I got a whole ass another free anime out of this. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not talking about an anime that doesn't exist today.
Yeah.
If only we could just like live stream my brain
I
to our
know.
viewers. That would be great.
I mean, I'm not sure I'm not sure that would be the best idea, but it's
but-
certainly an idea.
Yeah, I mean, Nick
Yeah.
Deck's right. That was not the plot of this. This is just a continuation,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Of where we left off last time. So yeah, same studio does it. Silverlink once again. I think we didn't talk about them so much last time because it was before we really started doing that. But Silverlink's actually done a lot of stuff. They started producing stuff in 2009, and they've done some pretty notable stuff: Kokoro Connect, Watamote, Fate Khalid Liner, Prisma Ilia.
That
Fate
series keeps coming up.
Yeah, Fate, Khalid Liner, Prisma Ilia, Two-Way, Invaders of the Rokujoma, Non Biori Repeat, Fate, Khalid Liner, Prisma Ilia, Two-Way Hurts,
That's the season that gives me trauma.
Fate, Khalid Liner, Prisma Ilia, Three-Ray,
That's a season that makes things unfortunate because it's actually good.
Tanaka-kun is always listless,
Oh, I love that one. That one's good.
Masamune-kun's No Revenge, Restaurant to Another World,
Ooh.
Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody,
Yeah.
Wise Man's Grandchild, Misfit of Demon King Academy, Dungeon of Black Company, which I really enjoy. The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat.
Eh.
Sasaki and Peeps. Some other stuff coming up. 2024, they've got a few things on the books. Some more of Our Last Crusade or The Rise of a New World, which sounds sus.
Right.
Yeah, anyway, so they've done a ton. A lot of them, some of them are co-produced, not all of them, but they've done a lot of stuff. The second season came out in 2021, about a year after the original. It's 12 episodes and an OVA. The OVA is just a summary of...
Realm watched it apparently.
No, I did too, kind of, but
Yeah.
the OVA is really just a summary of
It's
like
just
her
a summary
childhood.
of all the childhood doom flags for the most part.
Yeah, like all the bad things that she chose not to do in the childhood.
Yes.
Can I say that jump scare at the end with the sequel game?
Oh my goodness. I know. I'm like, holy shit, she has no idea what she's getting into.
And like, here's the thing. I liked season 1 of this.
Yes.
I don't like this one.
Really?
Thank you.
Really?
She's so stupid, and she never gets better. She's stupid to the point of it now being actively annoying. Like, it was funny, right, in the first season when she was like avoiding all these death flags just by being a nice person and freaking out about it.
Right.
But like, there's not even death flags now.
Right.
And she's still just freaking out, thinking that like everyone hates her or is gonna turn on her at the drop of a hat and fucking kill her.
Right.
When I feel like it has already been pretty substantially proven that these characters do not feel this way about her. And at this point, it is just beating a fucking they're not going to kill her. They like her. They're friends. They're all in love with her. And yet she's still over here going, I gotta figure out how to do this so that they don't kill me.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
so dumb.
That's my problem. Is it feels like they keep telling the same exact joke over and over and over again.
She's so fucking stupid. And like even her little council isn't getting it.
Yeah.
You know, like what is wrong with her mindset that she is just stuck in the same place? She doesn't mature, she doesn't really grow, she doesn't gain anything. All the other characters mature, they grow, they gain knowledge, right? She is just stuck as a moron. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm right there with you.
It's infuriating, and I think part of that is because I've read so many of these now, and like this is the only one I've ever read where the character is just genuinely fucking moronic.
Fair enough.
And never learns. Even the other series where the character is like kind of like at the beginning doing stupid things to try to avoid stuff, they learn. They like realize, they become cognizant. She is still treating this like it's a fucking video game with a predetermined end, and the end is her death regardless of what she does.
Right.
She doesn't seem to realize the fact that this is now the life she is living, and like she's avoided death flags. She's avoided them successfully. All routes do not lead to doom anymore. The routes are over.
Yes.
There is no doom.
The routes are over. There is no doom. There may be a second game, but she's already past the point of doom flags anyways to begin with.
Yeah, and technically we haven't started the second game, if there is a second game, until the very last scene of the last episode.
I think she also, it just feels like she has no agency in the plot whatsoever.
No.
Like the plot happens to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, since she has kind of just avoided all of her doom flags,
She's just hanging around being a nice, and she's a genuinely like nice person, so she's just
dumber than a bag of bricks.
Yeah.
Yep.
she's just a nice bag of rocks.
Yes.
It also becomes a problem with the other characters, because now it's starting to feel like the other characters, the entire story is, oh, how great is Katarina?
Yeah,
Yep.
and like the other characters, like, oh my fucking god, like you, what, 6 or 7 of them, get over, she can't marry all of you. Get the fuck out. She can't marry those of you who are female, because lesbianism isn't apparently accepted in this world. And she is engaged to the, get the fuck over it. Find a nice girl. Settle down with someone else.
I know,
Like,
right?
they're obsessing over her again and again and again. The only good part of this entire series was the oldest prince.
Yeah.
Joffrey.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Yes.
This is the only good part of this entire fucking series is Jeffrey.
Because he's the only one who's
Who
not...
doesn't care!
Yes. Well, technically, there's also, there's technically his younger brother, Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeffrey and Ian were the best parts of this. And it's just because there's a different story with different characters where Katarina is irrelevant to the actions and behaviors of the characters other than being a plot piece.
Right.
In this case, she's a plot piece, and it works when we're hearing about their stories. But, like, we've gotten to the point with the main harem, and I know I'm getting so worked up over this, but we've gotten to the point with the main harem where every single episode is just like, I want to be with Katarina. I want to be with Katarina. I will want to be with Katarina.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the episode, we're all going to be with Katarina. You're not!
You're not. You're just not.
Yep.
Also,
I hate them. I hate all of them.
Also, can I just say she's really fucking stupid as well
dumb.
for essentially leading on the blue-haired dude Sora.
Yeah,
And-
she's so dumb.
Like, holy shit!
Like,
How
there's
how dense do
there's
you
no
have to be?
fucking way that someone doesn't realize what's happening at this point in this story. She is either being deliberately obtuse or things I can't say on camera because they would be
That is not
offensive.
politically appropriate.
Yeah.
Things that would get you canceled.
It was so irritating to. I enjoyed it so. I did not enjoy it. This was unenjoyable. This was actively a struggle to get through. I did not enjoy this because it's just the same thing every episode, and it's always, oh my god, we need Katarina. Katarina's so amazing. We love Katarina. I'll have Katarina. No, we'll all have Katarina. Rinse, repeat.
I think the only reason that I didn't really like see this shit when I was watching it was because one, I was kind of tired watching it, and two, I actually had a really positive like view from the first season of this show.
I too had a positive view from the
Yes.
end of the first
I
season.
seem to remember me being guilted out of a meh rating for the first season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by me.
Yeah. But I don't know if it was like a set of rose tinted glasses that just made me not see the bullshit, and now I'm starting like, oh yeah, that was kind of fucking stupid. But to be honest,
She literally, somebody shows up and says, let me take you to the ballroom where everyone else is. And then they walk into the dark forest and she's like, I can't wait to see everybody walking through a fucking forest.
I think what it was that what made me want to like enjoy this series wasn't even necessarily the show itself. It was the fact that just I'm like, I kind of want to try some Otome games now.
So valid. So valid.
Yeah.
The main characters will still be smarter than Katarina.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like she'll be like she was raised as the daughter of a duke, right? And then there's a moment in the story where she's like, "Oh God, how would anybody assume I'm the daughter of a duke?" Girly pop, you lived your entire life in this world. You woke up in this world at age 6. You've been in here for presumably a decade, and you're telling me that in an entire decade you did not pick up one thing that was being taught to you by your tutors, by your etiquette teachers, by the teachers at the place that you're going, by the behavior of people around you, by your parents.
I'm genuinely convinced the series should have stayed with her as a kid, because then her attitude like this would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
It feels like watching a 5-year-old in an adult's body.
Maybe
like an oblivious 5-year-old at all times.
I think that brain damage actually did something
Yes.
to her.
Yeah.
Actually, he better marry her because she's damaged goods now. She's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's so frustrating. And then it's not even like, so like our first arc, right, is the school festival, right? And of course, it's the traditional rich person school festival. They're putting on a play, right?
Yeah.
And oh no,
Okay.
we need a new character. Let's get Katarina to play the character, right?
Okay,
She's
I
playing
did
the villain.
actually hate that part of the show. I
Yeah.
really fucking hated that
And she's
part.
like, oh no, I can't possibly learn all my lines. Let me just tape something to my fan and walk around like this on stage reading off of it. Oh no, it fell off. What am I gonna do? Oh, I'll behave like the character from the game. Like,
That part felt very self-indulgent.
Yes.
Yeah.
oh god, it was like, here, you want to see her as a villain? Here you go. Like, here's what she would look like as a villain. Here's how we would animate her eyes and her face if she was a villain.
Yeah.
You know? It just wasn't good. And then the kidnapping arc was absolute bullshit. Who the fuck is told, let's go to the ballroom, and then walks off into the forest?
I know, right?
She's in the school. They should not even have to go outside to get to the ballroom. And she is walking into a darkened forest behind someone she doesn't know.
Right.
It would be more understandable if she got manipulated using dark magic, but no, they don't even do that shit.
No. She just walks into a dark forest behind someone she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Because they said, oh, we're going to go to the ballroom. Where's the fucking ballroom?
Yeah.
I don't see a tile floor underneath those canopies.
Also,
I
the
know,
only
right?
plot point this series knows how to do is kidnappings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You just kidnap. Because it happens not once, but twice
Remember,
in
there
the
was a
season.
kidnapping in season 1 at
Yes,
the very end.
there's a kidnapping in season 1 at the end.
Yep.
So
Yep.
like the first kidnapping, right, is orchestrated by the second, like the second prince, the first prince, this person in the shadow. Like, who the fuck orchestrated it? What did They go on this huge long tangent about how there's this conflict between the factions of the first prince and the second prince and the third prince and the fourth prince, and they're kidnapping her and getting rid of her because, you know, that way it'll facilitate the second prince to have a better step up. And then it's not the second prince at all. Maybe it's the first. No, it's not the first prince at all. It's this random other person.
And how does she get out of it?
Yeah, and then it becomes irrelevant because, oh, she's such a relatable, nice girl who farms.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Oh no,
okay,
the second prince is
I know we've been
constipated emotionally.
Oh no. Okay, I know we've been crapping on this show up to this point, but I will say there was one good thing that I can get out of this show. The OP was pretty awesome.
Oh, the OP and ED were fucking stunning. I love them both.
Yeah.
Yes.
The puppy at the end was cute.
Yeah, her little shadow familiar
yeah,
that she gets.
her little shadow familiar. That was cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. No, I love the OP. I love the ED. I think the shadow puppy is adorable.
But
I love Joffrey and
Ian.
Selena,
and Ian.
right? And Ian and his girl. Love them. I think they're great. I like seeing the little backstory about them. And oh my god, him just like opening up the wall and it's all paintings of his younger brothers, you know? But then like at the same time, they have these like interludes where they talk about the conflict between the brothers, and then it flips to Jordo and the other one, right? I forget his name.
Joffrey.
No, the other younger
The-
Alan.
Alan.
Yeah.
It flips to like Jordo and Alan, and they're like, we like Big Brother always cared for us and protected us. Like, there's no conflict, but you've been hyping up a conflict, and there's no conflict.
I know, right?
I mean,
I
is
want that is one of the most interesting things that I have seen Villainess stories do when they take this exact formula, and that is to put a conflict between multiple princes and have like the Villainess character originally is supporting one, but then when she changes it around, she ends up supporting the other, right? And then there's political conflict between factions supporting different princes who are actively engaging in competing for the throne. No, you couldn't even do that.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the third kidnapping.
I don't either.
It's just
Yeah.
bad.
I can kind of like understand with the first season because that's probably how I would acted.
Yeah.
But like after you get past the commendation point, like where you would have gotten your like head chopped off or you would have gotten exiled, the only thing you would then have to play is making sure you don't act like you're absolutely cuckoo crazy,
Well,
and you just slowly distance yourself away.
It's
That's all you need.
it's like she's so oblivious to the way that she behaves that like she doesn't even like realize that she's just a nice person.
Mhm.
Like she's just genuinely a nice person throughout the series. And like just being a nice person would already have solved all the death flags because the death flags are from the original character being an absolute fucking cunt, right?
Yes.
That has been solved. She's not a cunt. She's a nice person. She's never had urges to be a villain. She's never wanted to be extremely mean or rude to any of these characters. You would think that any reasonable person would think to themselves, hey, I have done nothing to engender any of their hatred. They are all friends with me. We are one collective group. The story has changed.
Yeah.
Now I can think about my future. No.
It'd be one thing if this was
No.
played with a ReZero kind of aspect to the show, where kind of if her character was forced to act in that manner, where she like it's really hard for her essentially to resist the urge to act like the fucking villain bitch that their character is supposed to be, but we don't get that. She has complete agency over her choices and everything.
There's nothing stopping her from being nice. Nothing ever has stopped her from being nice. She's been nothing but nice and accommodating.
Yeah.
Even to people who have kidnapped her
Yes.
and hurt her.
The one exception that we get out of her not being nice was to the little stuffed bear that kept giving her side eye looks or whatever.
Yeah.
Best bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best bear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just this was by far inferior to the first season, and it was almost unwatchable at a certain point.
To be honest, I think the show in your head would have been a much better route.
The show in my head
Yeah.
was fucking fantastic because
It's
she'd already.
literally a manga, and it is actually a decent manga.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go looking through the multiverse for Saki's show. Let's go.
I
Let's
know.
go.
I know.
You
right?
just gotta tune into the right channel up here, you know?
Yeah.
Give it enough
Just be-
time, just maybe the manga will be animated, and that show will exist one day.
Yeah.
Please.
Just be careful if you decide to tune into Seki's brain, though, to look for the show, because you might find something you don't want to.
Now, I'd like to extend a warm thank you to Seki for saving me a lot of time this episode.
Oh,
With
yeah,
a lot of
'cause-
vocal fry.
Did I just cover every single
Yeah,
thing?
no, you said everything I could possibly say with much more passion than I probably would have said it. The only thing I would add is, like, it still feels like her harem follows her around like a bunch of lost puppies.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
they do. I mean, that's the other thing. These characters don't seem to have, besides Jordo occasionally being seen in like the student council room doing like paperwork, none of her little posse seem to have anything that they need or want to be doing besides following her on a leash.
Yes.
Yeah.
The shorter, the better.
Right.
And they seem to take offense when one of them gets to, and they take offense when any one of them gets to spend individual time with her. You know, we were so close. We were so close to one of them breaking away and getting an arranged marriage with someone else.
You almost escaped, man.
I know,
Oh.
right?
You were almost free.
You were almost free.
And then you weren't.
And then you decided to go down the
Oh.
bullshit.
Oh, and you know what the worst part is? We just seem to keep adding people to the harem. Cause next, if they were to release another season after this, they'd go and add all the new people from season 2, the new game.
I know, right?
At what point? At what point do you just like lock her up in a padded room and like stay near it 24 hours a day? At what point do you all just start sleeping in the same bedroom platonically?
Right.
At what point do you physically cuff a handcuff to her and attach it to your wrist? Because I feel like we're just about there.
I know, right?
I know the term has become extremely loaded in recent years. She's just a Mary Sue, like a fanfiction Mary Sue.
Oh my god, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. She literally, she just goes in, is nice. Every single character falls in love with her, male and female. She's perfect. She can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Even the side characters who are villains fall in love with her or like her.
Even the villain was like, "Oh yeah, you that shadow familiar I've been trying to make for a while. You can just have him."
Yeah, she's like, oh, I mean, he likes you more than me, so I guess he's just gonna listen to you. Come on! Cast a fucking Avada Kedavra at her or something.
I know,
Try
right?
to kill her.
Yeah.
Do something.
Cast power word kill.
Yeah. I need something.
I mean, for fuck's sake, bitch, you're a dark magic user. You're telling me you don't have power word kill?
She just kidnaps fucking what's his face, Keith. Kidnaps Keith, and then you know what? Ironically, you know whose side I'm on? Her mother.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, her mother seemed quite unreasonable last season. Her mother seems more and more reasonable
I know.
every time I see her.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Just Jesus Christ.
Because she's not a noble, like in terms of learning at all. Which
Yeah,
I
no.
don't
Well, because she's
understand.
because her dumbass is trying to have the stupid fucking friendship route at this point because she's so scared that she's gonna like lose something.
But she's like, she doesn't, I don't
But she doesn't understand
Yeah.
that literally everyone is already like fucking her best friend, and they all are in love with her. Literally,
Yeah, it's like she has a mental block on the ability to acknowledge that any of these people genuinely like her. Like in her head, she still thinks that if she says one sentence wrong, she's going to be killed.
If I can be allowed to jump back in time a bit, this season was ongoing when we recorded for season 1. I was watching this when we recorded it, and you'll remember you're like, "What do you mean you didn't like the back half of the series of season 1?" Can you see now kind of why like I was a little bit more worn down on the characters by then?
Yeah, but at the same time, I still feel justified for calling you out about maybe letting your season 2 reflect on your season 1 as you were watching.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
Some justification, because like it's not entirely fair to kind of come at it from like I'm currently watching season 2 and it's the worst ever, and therefore looking back I don't like season 1 as much.
But it wasn't just that, because I did rewatch the season
Yeah.
for that.
You also rewatched your first season like 3 times
Yeah.
in like a month and a half.
And when you
because of
rewatch
the
a
way they
series
did it.
enough, its flaws
Yeah.
can start to grate on you more.
Yeah.
yeah.
But oh god, this fucking series.
I know,
This
right?
fucking, I had hopes. I mean, look, the back half of season 1 might not have been the best, but season 1 was still interesting.
Yeah,
You know,
Mhm.
she's
I love
trying
Kid
to do.
Katarina's arcs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Those were
Yeah.
fun.
Oh my god, by the way, there was way too much fucking Kid Katarina councils in this series for them doing jack shit all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I swear to god, they popped up like twice an episode, and it never mattered. Look at my fucking notes.
No, what might have been interesting is like pretty much dark magic from like the story being like the game forces the stories like the exile ending onto her. Then
Yeah.
that might have been a bit more cool, and her trying to fight her way out of that.
Yeah,
But,
right. And like that's why I kind of brought up the idea of like it being like a ReZero type aspect where dark magic like forces her to try and be like the mean villain character that her character is supposed to meant to be. Yeah.
Dude, I got a fucking note on here I just saw on my fucking notes for this episode. Where he's talking about when that one dude is about to get away, take an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
It just says, in all caps, stop comparing all of them to Katarina.
I know.
Uh,
right?
Stop.
I know.
like that last girl was actually a pretty good girl.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I get what you mean about the fucking, it's just,
Yeah. Honestly, the only reason that I didn't like hate this as much as I did was one, like I said, I was really fucking tired when I was watching it, so all the obvious flaws that I should have picked up on just weren't apparent to me. But also because I'm like, Man, I really just want to play an Otome game right now.
I know. I still kind of want to play one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go do like accomplishments of a Duke's Daughter therapy, or something after this. Like I gotta go read an actually good series where the character develops and like learns
Right.
and moves forward as a human being.
See, I'm just gonna go find the darkest, edgiest shit I could find. That's like the most like grim dark. Cause I can't do with this tone anymore.
It sounds I'm so done with it. Waifu Wars.
Waifu
Wars.
Wars.
Waifu Wars. Waifu Wars. Knick-knack.
I like the white-haired female friend of hers who's the only one of her harem not actively trying to get with her. She's trying to get her brother with her, which feels a little bit more like a realistic motivation at this point in the story than anyone else's.
True.
And I do like the aspect where she's kind of like one bump to the head and she's her old friend back.
Yeah, that's fair. Realm.
The dark magic dog.
Oh, Pupper.
Popper.
Vorn.
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
Jeffrey, the oldest brother.
Ooh, the magical, goddamn. Who's that magical school of
Selena?
department? Yeah, Selena.
The woman in charge. Yeah,
Yeah,
Selena
yeah,
and Selena and Jeffrey.
So
Yeah.
we could
Also, the sheer Tony Stark, Bruce Banner end of Iron Man 3 of like him going on and on about this relationship with his younger brother, and then he turns over and she's just reading a book and she's like, "Oh, are you done?" Because remember, Bruce Banner falls asleep at the end credits of Iron Man number 3 after like Tony Stark's trying to use him as a therapist. Vibe.
So we could go into recommendations here, but can I just kibosh that in favor of just plugging our off-the-shelf series and the tier list? we did?
Yeah. So please go watch our series of like Reiwa Transmigration off the shelves. And we also posted a big roundup video where we talked about all of them kind of in conversation with one another. And there's a huge list of recommendations at the end of that video.
So now that I've cut Seki and I off, do you two have anything like that you would specifically point to, since that doesn't include you guys?
It has like that same list that I put at the end of the original series of this, and then like 100 more. So
Well, I'm going to actually say, I'm going to recommend what Realm would have wanted right there. And it's a novel. It's My Death Flag Show No Signs of Ending. Where it's,
which one is that?
it's I don't think you read this one. But it's the one where pretty much the main character gets
read that
implanted into the villainous, like not villainous, villain's body, and they both have to fight each other for control, kind of.
Okay. So yeah, like the premise that I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I've read a couple like that recently.
It's
Go-
very nice.
Go read the spin-off manga. I don't know its name.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, right there.
The manga adaptation of the anime Seki has in her head.
Yes.
let's
Scroll
see.
down. There you go.
My Next Life is a Villainess side story on the verge of doom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And it is currently complete with just 3 volumes.
Yeah, it's a
so,
short story.
Yeah,
Short,
super,
self-contained.
super quick.
No time for the plot points to be beaten over your head and repeated ad nauseum.
Yeah,
Yep.
really.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this has It says 13 volumes of the light novel and ongoing. What the fuck are you doing for 13 volumes of the light
I
novel?
hope
There's
that's
also a
done
movie.
better.
Who's it submitting that?
Not
No.
me!
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't even make that laugh noise. Oh. Oh.
We might actually have to throw it in the movie one if we have to.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next anime we'll be watching is gonna be a rando from my list of randos.
Alrighty.
Wait, it's a rando?
It's mine, but it's a rando because I used my 3.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I kind of lost track of where we were.
Yeah. Because we're right at the end of the season. I don't have any more deliberate ones left. So I just have this. It's from my list.
Okay. Oh, then that might have been actually my pick. I don't remember. Yeah.
Look, I mark it if it's a rando, and Hamefura isn't marked as a rando.
Oh, it might have
I
been
think
because...
you picked it out of your rando yourself.
No, it might have been because we rolled out of my rando section.
But I would have marked it
Hmm.
if we did that.
Yeah, I don't remember anymore then. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Let's see what we get. May the gods bless us with another fairy tale.
Fuck no.
Damn.
Yes.
Food Wars, episodes 1 through 19.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that
Food porn
season one?
anime, yeah?
More than just season 1, I think.
So you said 1 through 14?
1 through 19.
Oh, 1 through 19. Okay.
Let me take a quick look for that. Just so I can check what we're going to be
Wait.
watching.
I think season...
I'm posting these in the group chat just because I have a habit of forgetting what we're watching next time.
Okay. No, so the first season was 24 episodes, but I think if I'm right, I cut it at a good stopping point, or at least I tried to.
Maybe.
Oh. Well, what happened? Oh, here. You know what? I can check.
Yeah.
I can check. Let me make sure I cut that off at a good point.
I'm going to start writing stuff in.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did you just went as far as you could technically get it?
No, because as far as I could go would have gotten me to 20. But I think I know what I did, why I did what I did. I will stick with the 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because what I did was I slid us into the introduction episode for the next arc.
Mm.
In the hopes of kind of like you guys see this introductory episode and you're like, oh, the next arc sounds interesting, and then you might actually have enough interest to continue watching it.
Right.
Is what I did. I mean, it's my own form of little teaser trailering you.
Great!
So I think we should all watch a Food Wars trailer.
Sure.
I feel like we've all seen Food Wars, haven't we?
No, we should watch a trailer. We should watch a trailer.
Oh my.
We cut out the.
Okay, there we go.
Got it.
So
I'm gonna be real. I did just force them to watch the season 1 trailer, but also I'm fairly certain I have actually forced the two of you to watch like 3 episodes of this with me.
Yes.
I don't know if you were there.
I fully watched this already, so it doesn't matter.
High five.
Yeah. I don't know why we did that. This section of these videos have been largely removed at this point. Even when we did them, this would have not been done because we've all seen at least a few episodes of it before. We could have given our preview thoughts without this.
No, it needs to be fresh in your mind to do a preview thoughts.
I don't think food porn needs to really be fresh in my mind.
No, it needs to be the freshest. Freshest.
All the ingredients must be the freshest things you could provide.
Exactly.
Great.
Really? You, Knick-Knack, you were the one who didn't want to, or now defending Seki's choices? Alright, I see how
I'm
it
sorry,
is.
I had to.
So I actually really enjoy Food Wars. At least as far as I have read and watched it. I have not read and watched the entire series. I've only read up to a certain point and watched up to a certain point. But what I have seen so far, I have enjoyed. I like the animation. I like the OP. I like the story. I think I watch it on a similar rule of Game of Thrones. It gets less sexy after the first 3 episodes. So you just have to get over that first hurdle, and then it's significantly less horny.
Alright, got it.
Yeah, sure about that?
Yeah, totally.
I just know it's a sports anime with food. And it's like sex scenes with the food.
Yeah,
so.
it really is just a sports anime with food.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought I went to the wrong website. I thought I was on.
You thought you were watching where you watched Ishizoku reviewers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Thought it was
It's
on.
like Ishizoku reviewers, except unlike Ishizoku reviewers, this is a metaphor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this discussion.
Don't watch this when your parents are in the same
No,
room.
do not watch this with your parents in the same room.
When I watched this, I thought I walked into the goon cave for a second.
Anyways, with that being said, we'll see you back here next time. Like, comment, subscribe.
Try harder, everyone.